Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Facebook Live for tonight. Thanks for joining me. You're with Rochelle Smith at Stamping Flair. Please let me know if you're working with me. I am trying something new, so I would love to know whether everything is going through okay, and if you can see me fine, and if you can hear me fine, and if the image is clear. I'm just trying to see, just testing things out. It's always fun testing things out on a live. So please say hello, and if you're new, thanks for joining me as well. For my regulars, I appreciate you being here too. So I really do value your time, and I've got a really fun card to share with you. I'm not going to share. Sometimes I don't show you the card early, and there's a reason why. This is a card I'm going to be sharing on a blog hop, which goes live in about half an hour. But so I don't want to. We won't be done in half an hour, so I don't want to get it out there early. But it's well worth the wait. So I hope you are able to stick with me and share with me your thoughts on this card. We will be using a brand new set. It's a bundle, and it's actually a mega suite in the new catalog, in the new Stampin' Up catalog, which will be going live on the 1st of May. It's called the Country Flowers Suite, and this suite is. I had the opportunity when we went to on stage, which is Stamping Up event. Um, we had a event like it was 3 days, and the first day was an after hours event where we could choose a stamp set, a bundle where we could actually have some crafting. And I chose this. One of the bundles was the country flowers. Um, we could pick one of three, and I saw it, and I loved it from then. And I we had to pick it back in like November or even earlier. So that was my choice, and you'll see why. It's just so me, and I hope you enjoy what I share with you. Uh, and I'm going to be using some new products as well. So I will share with you the uh, DSP or the Designer Series paper. I'm going to be sharing with you some ribbon, not the ribbon, some in, a new in color as well. No, I'm not using colors, but a new embossing folder. I'm going to fix that because I created two projects uh, for my blog hop today. So uh, I'm just going to make sure I'm sharing this to my groups as well. So please bear with me while I do that, and give me 1 second, and it gives you a chance to um, hop on and say hello as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. And please leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on this project. So we're just going to turn the camera to my desk, and I'm going to first share with you the DSP. All right, so there's two lots of DSP. As I said, this is a mega suite. So there's two bundles, there's two lots of DSP, there's embellishments, and yeah, so there's dies, so bundles, two stamp sets, two dies sets, and there's embellishments as well. So and there's an embossing folder as well. So lots and lots of things. So the first one is the Country Lace Designer Series paper. It's some lovely designs, and you should them together. They work well together. So I'll bring that down, and you will see some just a very soft. This is basic beige, which is a new color that has been introduced into our collection. It is not an in color, but it is a new color. So definitely a nice neutral kind of color that you will like. Um, this is again, more muted and generic kind of background, um, which you can. It actually has that cement kind of look. Some nice stripes and a simple pattern there. This looks a bit denim. This is a denim look. So that country sort of you have that denim look. Some beautiful flowers. And this is in petal pink. I realize I need a bit more light here. I'll have to work on that. But getting the idea. Again, this is a basic beige sort of sheet. That's the other one. That's the same one I showed you earlier. So this is similar to that other, the sort of the industrial. It's not industrial. That's not really the vibe, but sort of like that, but in the basic beige one. And this is the other side of that. And we saw that one. And this is the last one. It gives me that feel of the countryside in it. This is like maybe a smoky slate or a gray granite. Let me see. Smoky slate. Okay, so that's that one. That's the country lace. And then the country woods is this. Please ask me any questions you have. And if you would like a catalog as well, let me know. I will get one out to you. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for joining. How are you? Steve, is it clear? Image okay? I'll just try to here. And so we have that. This is so for me. I just love it. Love all those designs. So, lots of woody and natural textures, and you'll see how I've used this today. I've gone with a different sort of a look, and again bringing in those this is sort of like the driftwoods and the beachy themes and things. So I've gone on the coastal theme. So for my card today, I have done a little bit of die cutting, but I'm not done a lot. I am pairing this up with, I'm using a sentiment from this particular stamp set. I'm just using the birthday, but these are the two stamp sets, and I'm also pairing it with the beach day bundle, because I'm going to be using. I just saw beach when I saw this particular sheet of DSB, and I couldn't help myself. So you're gonna have to hop on to my blog and check it out. I've got 2 cards going. It's a this or that challenge, and I've created 2 different cards with this bundle, and you can vote what you like better and let me know. So I've gone with 2 different vibes on that card. So you know me, this is for those who haven't don't know, I cannot swim, all right? But fun fact, I love I think I own every beach set Stampin' Up releases. So yeah, I'm a bit weird like that. And when I mean I can't swim, I can't swim. When I first came to Australia, I think my PE teacher thought I was taking the mickey out of him, and he just said jump in the pool, and then he goes, "No, get out," because I couldn't swim. So first up, I'm going to stamp have to mount my little stool in early espresso. But that was a long time ago, so nowadays they probably teach you. They won't tell you to get out of the pool. And I'm going to stamp it on the SD. I did forget to cut this out, but that's okay. We just need a little bit. And I'm going to cut it, stamp it directly on this little piece. Don't need much. It's a dark piece, but imagine if I probably cut it not enough, knowing me. That's all right. So early espresso. And there's a die for this. Most of the images have dies. So it's just to give the outline. And you can first die cut it and then stamp it, because that's what I did, because I like it not thought I could first die cut it, and I didn't think I'd need the stamped image, but yeah, you do. It just is. Sometimes you do these things. So you get all these dies in it. So I will take what I need, and I'm going to be using the leaf one image, and I'll just place this and get it ready, and we'll do some like a few bits of die cutting together, so we don't have to keep pulling out the machine. We've got that set aside. Next, I will be stamping my little planter pot vase, whatever you want to call it, in early espresso as well. The wood paper is so nice. It's really, we had like a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, we had something like that. But I think this is better because that was different sorts of textures. I just like how this has blues and things. It's really nice. Yeah. Next, I've got a bigger piece for my leafy image. I'm going to stamp it in garden green. No, you can stamp it in a neutral. That's fine too. But I'm using my piercing under just to give because it's for photopolymer stamp. Just giving it some cushioning. Okay. So all these have die cuts. I'm going to color these in stamping blends, but when I color this in, I'll just use a variation of some natural tones and bronze. Sometimes I just change it up a bit, so we'll see how we go. I'm going to pull out my medium, which is your SU500 and SU600. I did go with my deep, which was SU100 as well. And I'm going to pull out, may not use all, but I do like to have a few. SU300 and 400, which is my medium deep. So I kind of started with the center. And then started adding a bit. This is my bronze. And that's giving you a bit of depth there where that line is. The stamped image has given you already some inkling as to where you're going to add some coloring. I just go with the feels. So now I'm just adding SC600. And if it doesn't, you don't like the color. I think my initial image, I started with the light. Didn't quite like it. And I changed it up. So I'm just going to add, this is SC600. I said, yep, going in like that on the corners and bringing it in. Going over that other bit I colored in. I will go in with my brush tip like this. So just turn your image to what is easy for you to work with. This is SC500, and I'm just bringing that in from the top, and I'll go in like that. I'm going to bring in one of these colors, which is a medium light, just to give some light color there, just for a change. I think it's going to need something. And that center section is automatically going to be a bit lighter. And I'm not going to leave it like that, but it's just going to provide me, because I would assume that light's going to hit there, and then I'll go over that. If you don't want to do this coloring, just stamp the image on a colored cardstock, easy, and then you don't have to do all this. But I like coloring, and that's what I like to do. And as I go over it, it'll blend in. This is just my method. I'm not, what do you call, not an art teacher. So I'm letting that sit for a bit to see how the colors sit, and then I'm going to add, because what's going to happen is the leaves are going to form over that anyway. I'm going to bring in this SU100, which is a darker color. On these corners, you're going to get some sort of really heavy shadow, and I'm going to add that in there, and that's quite dark, but it'll just add some differentiation. And then I'll go back over and blend that in. I spent a little bit of time on this because this is kind of like, this is your focal image. And you do want it to look nice. And you want your whole card to look nice, but That's front and center. Now again with this, I'm just adding that here. It is dark, but it'll it just blends in. And then I'm gonna go over that section, and I'm using my brush tip off. This is SU 500. So basically, I've only used a few colors, but I'm mixing it up a bit. Basically, this bit won't be seen at all, that section. Okay, back with my bronze. Normally bronze is quite dark, but for this, because the image is quite dark, I'm going to add this deep color, the chocolatey color. A little bit more. I'm going to cover with sentiments anyway. The more you go with stamping blends, it darkens, and then you'll have one section darker, and this part will be automatically lighter anyway. There. Now I'm going to go with my the bullet tip and just blend those in, that section in over that line. I'll add a little bit of shadow with that right along that join there over the stamped image there. All right, so I'll leave it there for now, and then we'll color in our leaf. For the leaf, I use soft C4 and Lost Lagoon. I picked up the Lost Lagoon because of the designer series paper, and sometimes I do use Lost Lagoon as a green because I think it's got that cool tone green in it. So I like to use that when I don't want a very yellow sort of a green. I use Lost Lagoon. It's like it's like a bit like we used to have soft succulent, and or mint macaron a bit. I used to use it like that as well. So it's nice to have a nice green, a softer green. So I've stamped in garden green, and I'm going to color this entirely in light soft sea foam, the whole leaf. So this is a fairly just a quick color. In the other one, I was paying a bit more attention. I will be adding some shading towards the bottom of these leaves. I'm using like you basically have three colors. So you got your light, your dark, and I'm using the light Lost Lagoon as my shadow color. And I will add it there. Hope you can see that. I'll bring it in a bit maybe. while it's still wet, I'll bring in my dark soft sea foam, and I'm going to blend that in. And for a final, just for final blending, I do bring back the light um, soft sea foam, which will make it nice and even and smooth. I'm doing a fairly quick job here. I would spend quite a bit of time if I was doing this not on a light. Uh, even with that pot, I did it fairly quick, but we'll do the same thing again on the other leaves. I'm coloring these in like 3 at a time so that the color is still fairly wet so it blends better. And we're going back in with the dark soft sea foam. And we're pulling that Lost Lagoon in to the leaf. So you can do that like it's blending it back in. And while it's wet, it's easier to do that. Then you won't have those harsh lines. And then I'll get back in with the light soft sea foam. That and now for our last two. So basically I'm just going a little bit on the base along the center vein and just because that's where we'll probably have a bit of depth in color. Now, back into that dark. And now light. And then we can go back and see whether everything is like as the color has had time to settle, how it looks. That's fine. And I'll go back with this and I can always go back and take that out. So we've got a bit of die cutting. Now I'm going to do some more so then we can like start assembly. So for our surfboard, I am going to be stamping it on, not on that, my scrappy, on some basic white, and I'll bring in, I'm going to stamp it in Pebble Park ink. Now the surfboard is from the Beach Day bundle, and I'll just pull that back out. And we're going to stamp this twice. We're going to do some paper piecing. So we'll stamp this on that. And then I don't think I took out a piece of paper for my paper piecing. So give me 1 second to get a piece. So I'm just using a bit of this. So you can see where I've cut the other one. So I'm going to cut, yeah, there's a die for this, right? But I want to cut this out closer. So I'm going to use, just you need the left side of this. I'll just trim it out. I don't want the outer edge, like I don't want the margin that the die leaves for my paper piece bit. So it's going to be part white and part with a pattern. So I'm going to go straight down the center of that surfboard. I have a product list which will be up on my website when the blog hub goes live. The only thing is that it doesn't have the new product yet. I will have to amend it when the products are available to order because they are not available as yet. So let's go now and do some of bits and pieces of die cutting. Lots of stamping pens. Let's get that out of the way. And add repositionable tape or washi, whatever to hold your little surfboard. I'm also going to die cut a life buoy, and I do need two. I've got one already done, so we'll do that as well. It'll all come together. We're getting the preparation done now, and sometimes it's hard when you know where I'm going with it, but it'll be on when you see it. Okay, so the lifer is that die is also from the Beach Day bundle. That's a cute little one too. That bundle has heaps of dies. It's so many, easy to get lost with these little ones. All right. So now you can see how it has that little border around, and that is why I wanted to fussy cut around this so that it didn't have that border around for that. Keep that there. So we have this one. And I needed two, so I've got that there. Already done one. A little stool. It's hard to see, isn't it, that one? When I've done it on the DSP. I've got another element which I remembered I haven't stamped, but that's okay. We'll assemble the card and we can do that die cut later. I love adding extra bits to my cards and sharing it with you because that's just how I roll. My love is just adding bits and layers and things like that. So this little store benches there. The next thing is our leaves. I'm doing that separately because I was worried if it moves, it'll be not good. This way I only need to concentrate on one image, especially if I've colored it in. And you get flowers in this, and really now you can fill your pots with flowers or whatever you like. That. And little pot. I hope you find some helpful hints as I share with you. And you can add this bundle or the suite to a starter kit right now. So if you are really interested in lots of crafting and or you like the product, that's one way to get involved and just get a discount on your products. Um, and you can, at the moment, add the new products into your starter kit as well. So that's a bonus. That's our little part. All right. For the moment, oh no, not for the moment. Let's do some embossing. Where's my die cut piece here? So I had previously die cut this with the decal rectangles. So I had done that earlier. I'm going to emboss this, and I'll show you this embossing folder. This is a brand new embossing folder, and I want to show you how big it is. It is a big one. It's called the Soft Swirly Embossing Folder. So this is what it is. You can see lovely image, but it's a big embossing folder. So it's basically the size of pretty much the size of the full plate of the stamping cut and emboss machine. So to give you an idea what the sizing is like. All right, so let's bring this in. So we've got a full party card base, and I've got a matte layer of pebbled path, which is 9.5 by 13.8. And then I've got a 9 by 13.3 centimeter DSP piece. I've die cut 2 of these pieces from, this uses the all that dies. Now, these dies are retiring. This won't be leaving my collection because it's just got lots of frames and things which you can really use for sentiments. But not only that, you can see it's just a really useful set of dies. Check them out. I think they're still there. They're definitely worth you're looking at that one in our last chance list. So we're going to glue this ESP onto the pebble part card. Now, I tend not to put anything on my card base until the very, very last, like till I'm ready to go. Just in case any of just can hold off. I will glue this straight onto the base. I'm going to put it at an angle. These 2 pieces are going to go, so this is not quite the same angle, and this one's going to sit like that. My pot's going to sit like that, and that's it. So the top really doesn't do it. You can see how that just the lighter shade, it gives you that hint of something like the sunlight, something. So assemble this. I'm just putting a teeny weeny bit of glue, and we'll just place that there and leave it to rest while we do our other stuff. Okay. I've got my surfboard, so we'll paper piece that. The easiest way is, I just felt you could have cut it down that way, but I just felt this was just a bit more seamless. add glue to this, and you're not fiddling with a gluey piece as much as you can. If you want to use tweezers, use your tweezers. I have tweezers from my paper tool days. And we have ones with the embossing kit as well. Okay, so then you have that, but I'm going to add some detail on the surfboard, and I'm going to bring in my pencils, and this is my watercolor pencils, and I'm going to use some early espresso and basic gray. This is just to add some shading to to make it look natural and like it's like one piece. So I'm adding some just early espresso there. And you can, by adding darkness towards the bottom, you're adding that like shadow. And again, that's the basic gray. I'll bring in, it's just a bit of shading here. And you can do it before you glue it or after, it doesn't matter. With these pencils, just a tip, you can erase it with just a regular eraser. I've got a good like a Staedtler eraser, just a soft one for just if you need to. And this may not seem like much, but it just adds something on it. And I should be doing this on like a book, so it or like a soft pad gives softness. It's okay. It's probably get covered anyway, but that's done. So one piece done, and this I'll glue this onto our silk. I am not mounting this part on dimensional. It's just that I had a lot of dimension on this card, and I just thought I'll leave this flat. So there's a lot going on. Okay. For the life boy, I have second one. So how I do this, I offset it. So then you get one color under the other. If you bring that in close, a bit tricky to see sometimes. So I'm using Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to color one. Now again, I'm picking up the color from my DSB, which is here. And can you see that? Okay. Maybe I'll be too close, sorry. Is that better? Okay. And I'm going to color in this one of them in Misty Moonlight. My light Misty Moonlight. It doesn't matter what you use. It's just so that's just matching with the coordinating with my DSP. And that's where it's good when you have a DSP, you can easily coordinate. And just look on the back of your DSP packs. It does say your colors if you need to. Not that you need to stick to it, but it helps. I'm going around the corners so it takes that stark white edge off. Now, well, this will be your piece that with under. Under. So it's going to sit like that. So you will see the blue under. Okay. And I know generally red, but creative process, I just took the liberty of making it blue. I'll be off camera for a sec while I line that up. Okay. So that's, we've got another element ready to go. Now for a sentiment, I've got happy birthday, and I've got another little bird which I wanted to put on just to add another element of beachiness to the card. And yeah, really see. So it's this little guy I'm using. If I left a comment now, you've got back to I may have missed it. So always leave a comment, and I will check them when I'm done. I try to monitor them as I go, but sometimes I miss them. I may miss them. Right. Misty Moonlight stamp pad. So just use your ink pad to stamp the bird. Okay. That's all we're doing. I've got a blender pen now. The blender pens, they've got two. If you're new, and I'm sorry if I'm explaining something you already know, but it's you get three in a pack. So they've got two pens, they're exactly the same. It's just filled with a solution that is good for blending watercolor. It's like a watercolor painter. So I'm just going to use the blender pen to bring in that color we just stamped in. A bit there, okay? And then I'm going to bring in crumb cake, and oops, just put my finger in the ink pad. Don't do that. And then you just can wipe it off. You can see I just have a little bit of crumb cake there in my lid, and that's enough for what I need to do. All I want to do is just get a little bit here, just for some variation on that bird. That's it. That's all we need to do for him. There's a die for that. Let me get it. Where are you, bird? Did you talk to your dies? I'll take it out. You never know. Let me just check. It's probably here. I just used it before. If not, we can just it's a tiny one. Imagine if I've lost. I will be rummaging through the bin today. Can I take it? cut it out. We can fussy cut it. It'll be there. I'll probably put it in the wrong. I do this sometimes. Do you? I don't know about you. I put it in the wrong folder. I go hunting high and low for it, and then it's in another die. All right. We fussy cut. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty much done. Like we need the sentiment, of course. All right. Let me get some dimensionals. Right. These are my dimensionals. So I'm just going to put 2 on each and scraps, whatever they may be. So here I'm just not quite the same angle. And that. The sentiment I will be stamping in Misty Moonlight, so that I will tie in this little bird we stamped in Misty Moonlight, and somehow it sort of all works in well together. Um, Scrappies. And this is thick white card, so that's okay. Use up our scraps. All right. So this is the happy birthday from the other stamp set with the birdhouse. So it's just going to be a very slim sentiment, which I'm going to stamp it on the other side. So while that's drying, some dimensionals. When I place these dimensionals, I will try and place on those joins just to be doubly certain that they stick. And then we'll put some on these legs of the stool, because they're the sort of the ends. Just cut these bits off. Bring in my little guillotine. a bit wonky. It wouldn't be alive with me if it wasn't a little bit wonky, but let's see. That's why we have trimmers. Hopefully, then we trim that down. Alright. Now I've got some of this wavy trim. This one's retiring, but I think it went with the beachy vibe. And I'm going to pull it apart. I just started there was just it was a mess basically, and I just wanted to create just a bit of a rustic look. Like a gnarly mess. Just a bit of a scruffy look. I'm going to attach that to be let me speak again, behind this. But it'll have to be kind of strategically placed because you want the stool to be towards the bottom, so it's not kind of floating in the air. I'm happy with it just laying there. Let's bring back the card base so we don't forget to do that. You won't forget, I'll forget. These dimensional backings, they don't leave. So then with the surfboard, I'm tucking it behind there. So like the shading, it's a bit lost there, but just behind there. So it's between this second one. And that was to give, because in reality, your surfboard's going to be bigger than the pot. But to give it kind of a natural look or a more realistic, I placed it like it was in the distance. That was my thinking. And again, you could have placed it in the front because it is creative and it doesn't matter. Whether it's small or large, that was my how I envisioned it. Sort of like it's behind the door, leaning on it. Then our little life boy. And again, this is just sort of tucked in there amongst it all. And I just glued that in. This has a bit of give, so you can move it around. So if you want a bit more of that visible, that's there. For the sentiment, I am just putting it straight across there. Pick the right side. Go like that. Right in the middle there. Oh, bird. Don't forget the bird. Nearly forgot him. And a bit towards, adjusting towards the end, right? It's there. For the bird, I'm going to add it with a glue dot. That's the easiest way. So, I'm giving it a bit of a curve on the wing. Doesn't want to come off. And just, so it's more like a, what I say, like a cafe kind of vibe on the cafe on the beach. Is this the kind of look? And then we've got some embellishments as well. Let me know what you think. Are you liking this bundle? We glue that on our pool party card base. All comes together. For our embellishment, I really could say your bird is all that's little like details. I've got this swirl dots, which is part of the cafe, the lost latte love suite. You could put any of these would go. I think any of these colors would go. That's like a basic beige look. I'm gonna try it with this. My initial card was with this second color, but I'm gonna do this one for a change, and I will show you the other cards. We have been live with the blog hop, but I encourage you to please check out my other card and leave me a comment on my blog as to which card you preferred. The other one's a totally different look. It's the same layout, different vibe altogether, and I would love to hear what you think about it, and just what you feel, what you like better. And I think it will be a mixed mixed bag there on likes, because I think different people have, of course, different tastes. I might trim that down a bit. Okay, so this was my original, and this is the one we made now. I just changed the colors of the dots. Exactly the same card. I hope you have really enjoyed what I've shared. I have got a product list on my blog right now, so go check it out. New products are not there, but you can add at the moment to a starter kit. If that's what you're interested in. And of course, please ask me about it, because you can get $235 of product of your choice for $169 ship free to you. Definitely worth thinking about. And if I can help you in any way, please get in touch with me. I have really enjoyed sharing this class with you. I've had lots of fun creating this. It's just a lovely bundle to work with, a lovely suit to work with, and I hope you have enjoyed it too. Thank you so much for joining me. I will catch up with you next week, and have a lovely rest of the week, everyone. Bye bye.